Have you ever wondered? What happens in the silent moments after a person takes their last breath? Where does the soul go? Does it wander? Does it watch us? Does it feel something? Does it remember? For thousands of years, mystics, yogis, and enlightened masters have described a mysterious 13-day journey. A journey the soul takes between the world we know and the world beyond. And today, in this video, we will walk that entire journey, step by step, through the words, wisdom, and revelations of Paramahansa Yogananda, one of the greatest spiritual teachers of the modern age. So sit down. Take a deep breath. Because what you're about to hear may completely change how you look at life, death, and the eternal soul. Before we begin this sacred exploration, dear soul, if you are new to this channel Inner Divine, and if you love deep spiritual wisdom that speaks directly to your heart, make sure you subscribe. We create timeless spiritual content inspired by enlightened masters like Yogananda. Don't miss the guidance your soul is meant to hear. Now, let us begin. At the moment of death, something incredible happens. Something our physical eyes cannot see, but the soul can feel with absolute clarity. Yogananda explains. Death is not the end. It is the great beginning. When the heart stops pumping. When the breath becomes still. When the eyes no longer respond. The soul gently withdraws its life force from the body. Just as a person removes their hand from a glove. There is no violence. No fear. No suffering. Just a calm separation. The soul rises slightly above the body. Floating, watching, observing. In complete peace. For the first few minutes, the soul does nothing. It simply observes the physical world it has just left behind. It notices the faces of loved ones. It hears their cries, their prayers, their final whispers. It watches them touch the body. But realizes the body is now only a shell. A garment it no longer needs. Yogananda said. The soul feels lighter than the lightest air. Free from weight, free from pain, free from limitation. This is the beginning of a sacred 13-day transition. During the first few hours, the soul experiences something strange. A mixture of clarity and confusion. It understands it has left the body, yet still feels connected to the world it lived in. The soul may instinctively try to speak, but its voice makes no sound. It may try to touch someone, but no one feels it. The soul often thinks, why can't they hear me? Why can't they see me? Yogananda said this phase is normal. In this moment, the soul realizes a deep truth. The physical world does not respond to spiritual presence. This realization begins the soul's detachment. Not forced, but gentle, natural, peaceful. For the first 1 to 3 days, Yogananda explains that the soul remains very close to its home, to its family, to the people it loved. Not because it is bound, but because love is the strongest vibrational connection in the universe. The soul often visits familiar places. Its bedroom, favorite chair, garden, temple, or even workplace. It observes everything quietly. If the loved ones cry excessively, the soul feels a gentle pull of sadness. Not pain, but a wish that they understood. I am not gone. I am finally free. But if the family prays, if they meditate, if they send love, the soul feels uplifted, like a divine wind supporting its journey. This is why almost every culture on earth, Hindu, Buddhist, Christian, Native American, holds rituals and prayers in the first few days after death. Because prayer becomes a bridge between the world of form and the world of spirit. Around the 3rd day, the soul begins a powerful process called life review. Not a judgment, not a punishment, but an understanding. The soul watches the major moments of its life. Every smile it gave, every hurt it caused, every kindness, every anger, every decision, every moment of love. But the soul does not see these events as memory. It feels them. If it hurt someone, it feels that person's pain. If it loved someone, it feels that love multiplied. This is why Yogananda said, life is the school. Death is the final exam. The soul is not punished. It simply realizes the truth of its actions. This life review prepares the soul for the next phase. Around day 4 to day 6, the soul enters a subtle dimension Yogananda called the astral realm of transition. This is not heaven or hell. It is the corridor between worlds. Here, the soul sheds the remaining attachments to physical life. It lets go of regrets, fears, memories of pain, the weight of physical identity. Some souls release quickly. Some take longer. Some struggle. Some surrender peacefully. Spiritual guides. What different traditions call angels, devas, ancestors, or light beings, gently assist the soul. They speak not through words, but through vibration. They guide the soul toward peace. Once the soul has released its earthly attachments, it enters what Yogananda beautifully called the chamber of rest. This is a place of healing. Just as the body sleeps after physical exhaustion, the soul rests after the journey of life. Here, the soul experiences deep peace, lightness, freedom, clarity, a subtle bliss, a sense of returning home. Time works differently. Minutes feel like hours. Hours feel like moments. The soul feels no fear, no anxiety, no pressure, only expansion. This rest is important because the soul is preparing for its next stage. A stage more beautiful than most minds can imagine. Around day 10 to day 13, the soul begins to move toward its true destination. A world far more beautiful, peaceful, and luminous than anything the physical senses can imagine. This is the astral world, the soul's real home. Yogananda described the astral realm with astonishing clarity. A world of pure light. A world of extraordinary beauty. A dimension where thought instantly shapes reality. Where landscapes respond to consciousness. And every color shines with a brilliance unknown to earth. In this realm, colors glow with living radiance. Music flows like liquid bliss. Movement is effortless, like floating on divine air. Communication is telepathic, heart to heart. Love is unconditional and ever-present. Joy rises naturally from the soul. Every form shines with subtle light. As the soul enters this realm, it is welcomed by familiar and loving presences. Ancestors who passed earlier. Old friends. Members of its soul family. Luminous guides. Higher beings. And sometimes the very masters it prayed to during life. Here, the soul experiences no sadness, no fear, no sickness, and no aging. Only expansion, only freedom, only peace. This is why many cultures honor the 13th day ritual. It symbolizes the soul's arrival into its next phase of existence. Not the end, but the beginning of a more radiant journey. So what does this sacred journey truly teach us? Yogananda said, if you wish to understand what happens after death, first understand how you are living today. Life is not accidental. Death is not a disappearance. And the soul is never lost or forgotten. Every action, every intention, every word spoken in anger or love, becomes a part of the soul's eternal path. So live with awareness. Love with your whole heart. Forgive freely, without hesitation. Meditate daily so your inner light never dims. And stay connected to the divine presence that lives within you. Because the soul's journey does not begin after death. It begins in this very moment. With every breath you take. Dear soul, If this message touched your heart, if it brought clarity, comfort, or a deeper understanding of your spiritual journey, then I invite you to become a part of our inner divine family. By subscribing, you support not just this channel, but your own awakening, your own growth, and your connection to timeless wisdom. Remember, your soul is eternal. Your journey is sacred. And every step you take toward consciousness brings you closer to your true self. So stay with us. Walk with us. And allow divine light to guide your path forward. Subscribe now, dear soul. Your journey continues here.